journey has brought me to an understanding of the divine forces with which we have all been bestowed. It was in this search that I came upon a revelation, which has called me to guide millions of people towards their righteous destiny.
All right, what's happening? What's going on? This is another episode of the PLV podcast. I got my cousin here today. We in the house nest.
Yo, it's your boy Hawk, man.
What's going on with it? We just decided to do a little collaboration today. A little collaboration for y'all. Since we just bringing black men together and seeing how we can make everything work as a unit. So we gonna see how this work out. Me and this cat, we family. So we gonna make it do what it do.
That's the goal.
We're gonna make it do what it do.
Yes, sir.
So I guess I'm gonna guest on your show today. So shoot, take me through, man. What's up? What's going on with you? Everything all right?
Everything doing good, man. Just been moving into school, trying to get me a job, just trying to survive. Honestly, at this point,
that's
about it.
Trying to survive. True that. You like with everything with COVID and stuff going on. How's that working? Because you, of course, you on the track team, D1 athlete. How's that working out going on right now?
It's been doing good so far, bro. I've been honest. I've been working on my own right now. It's been since the school has a lot of regulations going on because of COVID. It's been kind of weird having to get a physical and have to go back and get another COVID test. Yeah. And then having to fill out a lot of information out. But other than that, that's how I come in anyway. So I'm not tripping. That's how I pay for school. So.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. It's like, I know, did some people have the option to come back whether or not, or just, since you're on scholarship, you got to keep, come back and perform?
Honestly, basically what it is, if you're an athlete, come back. If not, stay home, basically. But like you said, though, it is a choice for some of the people that want to come back. If you have a choice, but if you want to come, you can. But
yeah,
basically, if I wasn't an athlete, I wouldn't be here.
Okay, I got you. So, your man, if you were an athlete, would you rather stay home? What would you think?
For sure.
Okay.
Just to be on the safe side. Yeah. Just to be on the safe side, but we young, so honestly, this might sound crazy, but if I contract the virus, I'm gonna just lay low, get it done over with, and that's it.
Okay.
So,
okay. Yeah. Honestly, man, that's the way that we're having to go about it. Of course, the main thing with us and like my focus of with social distancing, you do it for the people around you.
Exactly.
That's really what you do it for. Of course, you do it for yourself, your well-being. But if you got elder individuals around, you got grandparents, great uncles, everything, stuff like that. People with underlying health conditions, I can get why you got to be self-conscious, just to be courteous of their health too. Because you going around people, man, and then you just came from a colorful party. Like, what the fuck you doing?
You don't care about nobody's health at all.
Nobody. Like, what you doing? What you doing throwing the COVID party in the first place?
Ignorance. It's all ignorance, bro.
It is. It definitely is. So yeah, let's see what we got to talk about today. What we gonna get on?
I don't know. I've seen that Jacob Blake video of getting shot. It's a lot going on with that, and then, honestly, it's sad to say, but I'm not really shocked at all. Like at all.
Not shocked. No, not shocked. If anything, enough is better enough. But honestly, I'm just trying to figure out now. If you don't go with this point and vote, then you just need to just stop posting, just sit down, go in the corner, do whatever you're gonna do, because that's the only thing that's gonna be even a footstep towards stopping this shit.
Yeah.
It's the only thing, because if you got somebody who's at the top, who's with all this bullshit, then nothing's gonna happen. Y'all don't go protesting and marching in the street, put a mask on, put a shirt on, Black Lives Matter, but you're not getting your black ass to vote. That's my thing. That's my thing.
Exactly, and that's the main thing too. And on top of that, you going out there doing the same thing, and then but the only bad thing about it is like each state has their own like how you say it, their own laws. So one state might be pro Black Lives and let's make a change. Another one might be like, oh no, we're not doing it. We're going to tell it our old way.
Exactly right. Yeah, South Carolina damn near Jim Crow still. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
So it's sad that it's up to each state, because everything has been up to each state. Of course, it don't come together. No. So different people in different parts of the country are still oppressed in different ways.
Different ways.
Yeah.
It could be school.
Exactly. School.
New York got the stop and frisk.
Stop and frisk. Yeah, anything, man. It's like there's so many things of being an African American here that you just disadvantaged with. Like, even with a job application, like they don't say nigga no more. They just say we're not hiring. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Hey, it's set up for you to feel. But the main thing I think that people gotta understand with this is the more that we lose momentum, like it was great. Everything was going on, you know. Of course, you know, we don't want anybody else passing, but George Floyd's passing, it really brought attention back into everything. It started a fire, make everything go up. Yeah. And then we got sports, like we got the NBA coming back around. Like people just like, oh man, you seen the game? Nigga, what about the cops that shot Breonna Taylor? Like, what you talking about? Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, exactly. So we as a people, we have to keep distractions like at a minimum, because at the core of it, we're the source. Like, we provide entertainment. You look on the basketball court, 90% are black. Yeah. You know, it's great what they did the other night. Everybody sat out, boycott the game, but we gotta keep being consistent with it in order for things to change.
Exactly. Honestly, at this point, for me anyway, I had another video about this before. At this point, for me, you gotta take it by force. Protesting is cool and all. We've been doing it for hundreds of years, and nothing really changed. You can change your name to a syrup brand or take a flag on a statue down, but what's that gonna change?
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing.
So you can boycott a game. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. But who's next? That's the thing about it, right?
Exactly.
That's the question you're asking now. Is it me? Is it you? Is it our dads? Is it our uncles?
Right.
We don't know.
Who's next? And the thing is, it can be anybody as soon as you step out that door. As soon as you step out the door. And in some cases, before you even come out the door, they come to your house.
Yeah. So it goes to our next point, right? Ebonic politics. I like the way you said that.
Yeah.
Ebonic politics.
Ebonic politics. Yeah.
So how do you feel about neighborhoods having to appoint their own police force instead of bringing people from out of your county or your area to pour your neighborhoods?
Most people will say it's a bad thing. I think it's great. I'll tell you why. I think it's great because that's what every other race done since the beginning. You think about it, you got the Italians, you got the Jews, you got the Vietnamese. They run their own neighborhood, run stores, everything. If you fool with they block, it's 10 of them coming out with a shotgun or Uzi, it doesn't matter. But with us, they just catch you looking around the corner. Oh, dang, you seeing shit? No, I ain't seeing nothing. Yeah. And the fact that, you know, of course, you know, we don't condone no sticks or anything like that, but if it comes to your own kind and we got something going down like this, I don't see nothing that's not acceptable. Exactly. It's not acceptable. Exactly. Like my brother, you over there on the ground, I see you, I see everything. I gotta do what I gotta do in order to help you. But the thing is, there's no reciprocation. There's no reciprocation, and that's the way that we were trained in a way, conditioned when we were brought here. You know, it's like we didn't stick together. You had the house slaves, you had the field slaves. Everybody was split up and had to fight for their own. Exactly. So that's my take on that. What you think?
I think, like you said, you hit every single point. For me, I think it's like you said, it's a great idea. I feel like having someone that's protecting your neighborhood and you know them since you were little, or you knew them, or you watched them grow up. It's a sense of trust in them, right? So if I have a white person come into our hood trying to patrol things, they don't know what's going on. Right. It could be a black kid running down the street because he's being chased, having fun, playing tag, but you think he stole something, and you just chase or tackle the kid, and the kid might get hurt or even die. So we gotta have people in our neighborhoods that actually, like for instance, like the black militia. You said in Georgia, like what, 2 months ago now? Yeah. Like if you had that kind of situation in every single state, to the point where like we don't even call the police anymore, we call them to help us out with certain things, that'd be sensational.
It would.
It would change things.
It really would. The thing is, but we gotta have trust though. Like we as black people, we don't trust each other.
We don't trust each other.
Don't trust, because what are we always trying to one up each other, get ahead, talk bad about each other. I'm like, why? What's the point in doing that when you need something, you gotta go to a white man to beg for it. Yeah. If we could put ourselves in each other's position of power, then we would just help each other get to where we gotta be. It's like everybody's just a race No, we in this shit together. Because it don't matter if you out there, you got on the new J's or you got on some P-Lives, bro. They putting your face in the concrete.
Either way.
Either way. Either way, man. It don't matter what you got, who you are. All they see is this skin. I love the skin, man. I want to change it for shit. I want to change for nothing. But they like, it's got to be a wake-up call with all of us.
So would that end up going into like us as a race fighting ourselves?
Yeah.
Understanding what's going on as a whole.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just mentally torn, bro. What you think?
I think, yeah. Mentally torn. Yeah, go deep on that. Go deep on that, because I like when you said that.
So I feel like in terms of us being mentally torn, in terms of, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I go online or I go on Instagram and I see a black guy get shot by another black man on a surveillance camera.
Mm-hmm.
So now, even though not at that moment, I might not think, okay, danger or that could happen to me at that moment. But I might go down the road, right? I'm just driving, chilling, vibing. I love to not think about that situation. Or I might stop at the gas station and be like, okay, look, let me watch my surroundings, right? That's one thing. Having to watch out for your own basic, quote unquote, your own brother or a person that look like you. Second thing is the cops, right? Going online and seeing a cop shoot a black man. So now I'm on the road driving and I see a cop car, I'm gonna freeze up. I'm trying to freeze up seeing another human being. Shouldn't be like that. So I guess what I'm saying is throughout the years, there's been different sources of ways that have been tearing up our minds and our view on life. So now our first reaction is to, who you talking to, bro?
Yeah.
Having to buck up, because it's not us. It's just a protection. It's a protection thing. It's a survival mechanism for us.
J.
Right?
Cole said it best. Niggas from the hood is the best actors. You got to.
From the hood is the best actors.
You got to, man, because you gotta put on a facade every time you walk out the door. It's sad that you gotta do it, but you have to do it until you're back in your safe place. Because your people think if you're not an individual that say, just from a man's standpoint, if you're not an individual that's aggressive or hard up, your people think you're soft.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, even if, I know plenty of cats like, you know, you're not like that, but if you gotta be that on the outside, because if not, they gonna fuck with you. And why like, as a people, why do we do that? Exactly. Why test each other when we're tested by everything else?
Exactly. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, bro. But you did say that we've been trained that way in a certain sense, because we just got our identity a couple hundred years ago, so we're still learning about ourselves, right?
Exactly.
We were used to us people telling us what we can and cannot do, and now we have the choice to do what we want to do. We're still lost. So people have chosen the things that people are used to doing since the day one, right?
Exactly. You were told since day one that you don't have power. This is when we go into what I call Ebonic politics. Because Ebonic politics, that's the view from the hood of what politics is. Mm-hmm. You got Republicans, you got Democrats. What black people think? Black people, you got white people. All right. Republicans, white people, you got the rich white people. So, in a sense, it's like you got to educate yourself in one thing. Politics isn't just Fox News. It's not just what's on TV.
No.
You have to go and figure for yourself why the system is the way it is, what it's designed to do, and how you can use it to your advantage. Mm-hmm. If you think that posting or doing a blackout is like, that's the main thing that's gonna get an official that's in office that's gonna be able to help you, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You gotta go and you gotta actually push your name down on the ballot, and you gotta create change, because you gotta beat them, and we know who them, when I say them, at their own game. It's like, we were the workhorses, but they designed a system. Beat them at their own system, and then it'll all fall apart. It'll all fall apart. You don't ever see a white person. They had primaries, they had caucuses, all of that. What niggas at the crib? Oh man, I seen that shit on TV. I ain't voting nobody but Obama. Alright. Make America great again for another 4 years. Go ahead.
You feel me?
Go ahead.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's crazy you said that though, because I listened to the Democratic National Convention with Michelle Obama. She talked about it. She talked about the reason why people feel like their vote doesn't count is because we've been instilled with that what you call it, with that ideology. And she's saying like they've been closing down polls in like minority neighborhoods and stuff like that too.
Right. Closing down polls. First of all, you don't even know what a poll site is at really. When I first registered to vote, I didn't know where half of the polling stations, like, you know, where I could go to vote at. I voted on campus because it's the first place that I knew when I was in school.
Exactly.
Other than that, like, unless you see it on a news channel or something like that, it's no word of mouth though, man. You can go vote up here, you can go do that. Like, they don't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for a reason. It's definitely for a reason, because they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. So in a nutshell, when I say modern politics, I'm thinking of the way that we as a culture think about politics. We got to change that. How we as a people deal with politics. We can't look at it as of, oh, that's just what the rich white people do. No, politics is what makes what we do what we do. Mm-hmm. And we got to be involved too. I ain't saying you got to go out there and just you know, run for office, but know what you're doing. Know what you're voting for. Know who you're voting for. You know what I'm saying? Know why you got to vote in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So us being in our 20s, with all this going on, like, how does it like feel right now, being so young, like, and all this going on right now?
Whew. I just feel being young.
So for me, it don't even feel real. I just feel like a movie for real. Like,
yeah.
COVID and people just dropping dead. Like,
it is a movie. It definitely is a movie. It's scary because you've seen shit in movies like this and it's going on around you. It make you feel like it's playing sometimes. You know? Like, they got movies like Contagion, all that stuff. There's a virus take over the world. Man, that shit ain't gonna happen. Boom. 2020. What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, but being 20 in your 20s during this time, it's a struggle. It's a struggle, but you gotta find if anything, you're not gonna find your path on the river. It's not gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So you gotta find a niche or something like that to hold on to. Yeah. So you can find where you're going. Because me personally, I just started this journey with, you know, doing a podcast and writing poetry that I put out and other things of that nature, because I felt like while I'm stuck in this house, while everything in the world is so chaotic, I gotta do something to make my space feel my space. Mm-hmm. But I said, like, I gotta do something to make what I do comfortable so that it can be comfortable for other people.
I like that.
I gotta find something. Yeah, because I can't just sit on my ass, bro. I'm not going on to 9 to 5 my whole life. No, I'm not doing that.
Can't do it.
7 streams of income, that's the minimum what I gotta have.
I like that.
That's minimum. Yeah.
That's proof right there. We figuring it out. And they don't like that right now.
Right.
People just, like folks popping up businesses right now, like crazy.
Crazy.
So it's a blessing. Like, it feels so good to people like us, just mm-hmm. actually getting out there and getting it done.
Right.
And like you said, when we first started talking, if you don't have nothing to do right now,
yeah,
something's wrong. Something's wrong. Like,
if you don't have anything to do right now, something is wrong. Because there should be always something that you got to do in a time like this, because there ain't shit else to do.
There's nothing else to do, bro. Mm-mm. Other than work, but like you said, you can work 9 to 5 hours. You gotta figure something else out.
Come on,
you feel me?
Not to. Anybody who's successful, they don't work a 9 to 5
Mm-hmm.
forever. Like, you can do that starting out.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal. But you do that as a stepping stone to get to where you're going.
Exactly.
People think, oh, you told when you graduate high school, oh, you're going to college or you're going to enter the workforce. Like, nigga, like, okay, but maybe I got to work the whole time while I'm doing it. Come on, man. I ain't got to wait till I'm 40, 50 years old to go and be able to sit on a jet or go to a beach whenever I want to, or an island. No, I don't have to wait for all that. Your 20s is like, this is where you can finally do what you plan.
Yeah.
Because you're old enough to get up and go do it yourself. That's what your 20s is.
Exactly.
Yeah, 20 is like, this decade is on you.
It really is. Mm-hmm. This determines where you're gonna be at when you're 30.
Exactly.
Like, this is when you learn about life.
Like, real. And you got some time when you get to your 30s, but it's not as much you had when you were 20. If you go and you party and just fuck up the whole time, you're gonna look at yourself in your 30s and be like, damn.
Yeah, you're gonna feel it. That's what I'm doing now. Like, that's why I started this, because I feel like I'm also starting something now while I have people that support me. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Because starting a business late is not the worst idea, not a bad idea, but the earlier you start, the better. Because once I get to my 30s, I've learned so much to the point where running a business or if I still have running my YouTube channel or podcast, cakewalk.
Yeah.
From now, I'm doing what I love to do and just gaining money from it.
Right. That's it. And the thing is, like you said, keyword, you love to do it first.
Yeah.
You love to do it first. That's why it's going to work out for you. You know. But if there was any kind of advice or anything I could give to anybody who wants to start something, because like me, I'm just starting this. You just don't know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stop, because whatever you start at first, it's gonna suck. Like, it's gonna be pretty bad. Like, in 10 years now, this podcast is gonna be 10 times better than how it's sounding right now.
200 times better.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a cool dude right now, but it's like I'm trying to get to another level and want to see the people around me to another level where it's like, okay, you don't have to be wearing one now, but people gonna know your name. They gonna know you. You know, just by the look, because you're doing stuff to manifest things that you've been dreaming about your whole life. That's what it's all about. It ain't about just going to school and getting a job or a degree. It's not all about that. It's like you gotta do stuff that makes you happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So happiness goes into our next topic, which is relationships. Relationships, man. That's one of those things that everybody loves to talk about.
Love and happiness.
But I know you got some tips.
Oh man. You know I got to see. Y'all see how they put me on the spot? Look how they put me on the spot. I got a couple.
You gotta give us some tips, man.
I got a couple. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna give you a tip. I'm gonna start off by asking you this.
What's happening, bro?
What's your view as being a young man in your 20s of love while you're in your 20s? What do you think? While you're in your early 20s, you think it's something that's applicable to everybody? It's something that you should do, or something? You know, they always say have your fun when you're in your 20s, find yourself. What do you think?
I think love is a word that's being thrown around a lot. That's what I think.
I like that. All right, talk to me. You got my attention now.
So, for instance, right, there's different kind of loves, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love you because you're my blood.
Mm-hmm.
I love my mama because she had me.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to a female, right, and I say I love her, yeah, I might love her because of the fact that I'm spending so much time with her, right? But is that love on the same level as my bros? I love my bros too, right? Because we've been through so much. We lived together. We've gone places together, right? So I feel like love is a word that's being thrown around a lot, because once you're around that person so much, you're gonna start loving that person. You start caring for that person. So I feel like love shouldn't be a word that's like so serious. You feel me? Like people shouldn't be scared to use that word, because once I spend like for instance, I have a girlfriend, right? And I'm spending every day with her for 3, 4, or 5 months. I'm gonna start caring for that person, which turns into love. Like, so does that make sense?
Yo, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. And I'm glad, because honestly, that's the same way that I was thinking about it. A couple years ago, we were saying, hey, it's the same way I was thinking about it. But this is where it gets tricky right here. You talk about, of course, you love your mama, that's your blood. Of course, we family, you love you, you're my blood. When it gets outside of that circle, it changes, because love, like you said, it's thrown around, but it's not the same. It's not the same. When you say you got love for your bros. Thing as a man is, you rather have respect before love any day.
Of course.
So when I think about that, like, you know, I love my bro, like, you know, you got loyalty.
Yeah.
Loyalty is what I think about. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you go to love is an emotion that I feel like can only be meant for one other person. One other person. And we've talked about, you know, pertaining to relationships and everything now. Like, you can't love more than one person at the same time. Well, I'm sorry. You can love more than one person. You can't be in love. Like, no, that's just not possible.
It's a difference.
It's a big difference. Big difference. I'm glad you said that. Big difference. Loving somebody is caring for them beyond yourself. That's what loving is. It's like, man, I care about you so much. It's like, I'll do anything for you. Being in love with somebody, you feel like if there was one, that's a piece of you missing. It's incomplete. That's what in love is, because the point of being in love is like they're inside of your being. You feel me?
Man.
That's the difference, that's the difference. When you in love with somebody, it feels like, if you don't hear from that mother all day long, it's like, what, you know, what's going on? Because like, you ain't talking to the other half.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you wake up with your right arm where you left.
It's true.
Come on, man.
That is true.
That's what it is. It's a big difference. Like people just throw love around. Oh, I love you, stuff like that. Like no, you don't. No, you don't. You may care about me a lot. You may have a lot of respect, a lot of loyalty for me. But when it comes to love, that's something it can only be shared when a concentrated group. Concentrated group. No matter who or what you believe in, it's a system. It's you, it's God, that higher power, and there's that other person. Straight up, that's how it is, because it's a triangle. You feel me? It's like it's only got 3 points to it. The bigger you make, or how you try to mold or shape, you see how stuff get fucked up. It's like a circle. A circle is fucked up because it got so many points to it. You don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Just keep going in circles, just like this. You got a square, you got 4 points, but that's still too many. You know, it's got to be a strict communication. It's like you in love. You're in a triangle. You're in love.
I like.
Yeah.
Because it's be expensive and honest right now. Keep putting on some game.
Yeah, that's the way. It comes from experience. Like I still don't know everything, and I'm not gonna know it for a long time. But what I do know is from what I've been through, is you got to keep love. You got to keep that locked up. You got to keep that put away because you can't love everybody because everybody don't love you. And it sounds cliche, but it's true.
Yeah.
Everybody really doesn't love you, man. Love is an emotion that's shared to only people that love you back.
So love has to be shared. You can't love someone. It has to be shared.
Has to be shared. There's no way to have like love and it's not shared. Because then it's just one-sided.
So what if I do love someone, but that person doesn't love you back? Is that even possible?
Yes, it's possible. But you can't fault them for it. You can't fault them for it either because beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So it's either they look at you for what they could see themselves with, or they look at you for who you are now. Some people fall in love with potential. That's easy to do. That's easy to do. Like man, she's great. You know, like I can just see this, and that. Okay, that's cool, bro. But what about right now? Like what she got right now to even make you think about all of that? And from a female's perspective too, I know they always talk about this all the time. Niggas ain't shit. I ain't doing that. Okay, all right, cool. But the one that says though, like sis, if you feeling me, what am I doing now? See if you like what I'm doing within the past 10 days that you talk to me, would you like what I'm doing in 10 years? Yeah, that's where it kind of gets misconstrued nowadays. Like love is just thrown every which way. It don't mean shit to anybody anymore.
Really don't.
No.
Really doesn't, bro.
It don't.
And honestly, like I ain't gonna lie to you. I've honestly thrown that word out a lot. I guess it's kind of one of those things where like you're trying to. I guess you feel like if you say it, you'll have that feeling. And then when you say it, like,
yeah.
Was that just lying?
Exactly. You say you like if I just say it, you know what I'm saying, I might feel it. It's not like that, bro. It's not like that because when you love, you feel it before you even say it. You feel it before you say it. You don't tell yourself that you love somebody. Yourself tells you that you love somebody. I'm for real, bro. Like straight up, like it's been like I've been in love to the point where my dick don't even get hard from nobody else. This motherfucker, like for real.
Wow.
Like
that's deep. That's deep.
That's deep, man. Like that's deep shit. Like
and if you a nigga, you know that's deep.
Exactly. If you a nigga, you know that's deep. Cause man, look, if you a nigga, especially in your 20s, you want to kill everything that's moving. All right, let's just be honest. Put it out there. All right, cause you know what want to do it to. They want to fuck this bad as we do. Ain't nobody no hoe. So all right, let's get out the way. So yeah, just get out the way. It's like if you get to a point where somebody's stopping your tracks. Where wherever you look, it don't even attract you anymore, man. That's love. That's love. That's love because your body tells you because before your brain does.
What you doing now and having to like manage your time, like how do you like fit into relationships and stuff like that into your time?
Whew, man.
I know.
It's tough. It's tough, but you make it work because you make time for the people that you care about.
Yeah.
You make time for the people that you love. So, ladies, I'm gonna say right now, if they ever say he ain't got time for you, you lying. Lying. Because I tell you something, like I work from home, like I work for Amazon, so I gotta work from my home job. But best believe, as soon as I get a break, I'm calling. I'm like, you know, I gotta keep it up. If I can text while I'm working, I'm gonna do that too.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, of course, don't tell my job. I'm gonna do that too, because I gotta make sure that I'm not somebody who's present just a certain amount of time of the day. I gotta be present 24 hours if she's up 24 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, bro. So I need some new music in my phone, man. So you gotta put me on some game, bro.
Oh, put you on the game. All right. What kind of game you looking for? You looking like in the culture shorty type of game? You looking for watching the game with your bros type of game? What you looking at?
I gotta shoot in the culture shorty.
In the culture shorty. All right, I'm gonna give you my top 5 because you're family. All right.
I got you.
I'm gonna give you my top 5.
I gotta write them down for you guys.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. Number 5. I'm gonna go with Seduction by Usher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seduction by Usher.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that one. Number 4. Actually, no.
But before we end our show, I have to ask the guests a simple question. Not simple, actually. It's going to make you think a little bit. And it's, who are you? So before you answer that question, think of a person that has come to you and asked you that question. You haven't met the person anywhere before, he never met you before, but he asked you, who are you? How would you answer that question?
Who am I? First and foremost, I'm a black man. I'm a black man. Second, I'm Brazilian. Third, I would say I'm somebody with a generous heart, but I ain't somebody that's been fooled with you.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's how I put it. I'll give you the shirt off my back, but you cross me one time, I'm taking it right back.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know where you get your next one from.
That's how it is, bro.
Yeah.
Sadly, but
Yeah.
life is what it is.
That is. But if anything, that's what I say. That's me.
KennyD, baby.
KennyD, all day long.
KennyD, thanks for coming, man.
Appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you. So, until next time, thanks for tuning in. Assalamu alaikum.
All right, man.
Yo, thank you for watching. Yes, I'm in the closet. I need some more quiet. Anyways, please like, please subscribe. I got more stuff coming, more workouts, more motivation, and more intellect. See you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum.